You are watching Hair Artist TV. I am your host, Brenda Cotton Waters. Many people know me as Ms. H2O. I help you up your marketing game. Oh my God, Keldrick's in the house! Yay! Keldrick! Oh my God! Good morning, good morning, good morning. I help you up your marketing game so you can get more clients, more customers, charge what you're worth, and have a greater impact on the world. Good morning, hot boys. We got Orlando in the house. I got my boy Keldrick. Congratulations, Keldrick just got married. Over the weekend in New York. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your special day. It was amazing. Congratulations. But today, you guys, we're going to be talking about those of you who want to open your own store or launch your own product line. Bear with me. I am not a morning person, but let me just quick story. I am in the process of going to one of my wholesalers today. I am a hairstylist. I am a business coach. I am a store owner, if you will, product creator. I do a lot of different things. And all of the things that I've done in my career, I try to share with you guys. So I was going to one of my wholesalers today to pick up some inventory, and I thought, gosh, this would be a great scope, but let me get on here really quickly and share with people who want to get started. Because I remember when I first got started, I was overwhelmed. I was like, where do I go? What do I do? Like, how does this work? When I was, launching my own product line and starting my own e-commerce store. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys right now. Okay. If you have any questions, I'm going to hang around at the end. So first thing first, let's talk about where to start. You have to have, if those of you who are wanting to start your own product line or open your own store, whether it be a brick and mortar or if it's an online store, you want to make sure you have a sales and use tax certificate. If you research it online, most people will call it a resale certificate, but it's probably more popularly known as a sales and use tax certificate. Okay. The reason why you need this is if you're going to source inventory, if you're going in some of these wholesale places, companies, whether it be hair distribution companies or a place that sells clothes or costume jewelry or beauty products, whatever it may be. When you walk in the door, a lot of you who are here in the beauty industry, like Cosmoprof or Cosmoprof, however you pronounce it. When we walk in, they want to see either our card or they want to see our cosmetology license, right? That's the same thing that applies when you're going to wholesalers who are outside of the beauty industry. They're going to want to see some type of certificate that says that you are a business and you have been given the right to purchase wholesale products. Okay. So that sales and use tax certificate is what you will show them as proof that you are a real company and that you can sell products, resell their products. Now, here's what I want you guys to know. There are a lot of you who are going to be starting out. Hey, Maggie, thanks for tuning in. There are a lot of you who are going to be starting out and you're working in your homes, right? You have a home-based business. There's nothing wrong with that. But what you want to be mindful of is that when you go to some of these companies and you have a driver's license that has your home address on it, and you have a sales and use certificate that has your home address on it. Some of these businesses are really smart. They'll say, hey, I need to see both. I need to see your driver's license and I need to see your sales and use tax certificate. And what they will do is they will compare notes and they'll say, oh, looks like you have the same address on both of them, and they'll figure out that you're working out of your home. That is a big no-no for many of these companies. Some of them do not want to sell to home-based businesses. So to kind of get around that, I usually recommend that you have a different address on your sales and use tax certificate than what you would normally have on your driver's license. Now, I highly recommend that you consult your accountant when it comes to this, okay? Because they can kind of give you an idea of how to get around that. But that's one way that you're going to want to do that. I feel like it's so dark in here. That's one way that you're going to want to do that because it'll help you avoid being, I guess that made it worse, huh? It'll help you avoid being rejected, if you will. You can go to the Department of Revenue, okay? Usually there's a Department of Revenue in your state. So you want to go, that's so cool. You want to go to the Department of Revenue to apply. Usually you can do this online, all right? So those of you who are just now tuning in, we're talking about I'm giving you some tips on what to do if you want to open your own store or launch your own product line. You guys, so first thing first, you want to make sure you have a sales and use tax certificate. This gives you permission to go into any wholesale store, buy a ton of product wholesale at great prices so that you then can resell them. That's why it's called a resale certificate. You can resell them in your store, in your online store, in your place of business, in your salon, in wherever you want to sell it, okay? Second, you have to know that most of these companies have a minimum order requirement. What that means is that you have to purchase a minimum amount of product when you walk in the door. So that can be anywhere, that can range anywhere from $100 to $3,000. Okay. Thank you, Audrey Janelle. 100 to 3,000. For some people who are just starting out, that might be a huge amount of money. All right. What I recommend is just look around, search online. You can actually go to stores in your area if there are wholesale stores in your area, or ask around, ask other people. Some people like to keep this information a secret. I'm not one of those. But ask other people who are already, maybe they already have a store, they're already selling products, where, you know, a referral to a wholesaler. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and there are lots and lots of wholesalers on Buford Highway. That's where I recommend you go. Just go, get lost, explore, walk in some of these places. Hey, Ratilia, what's up? Oh, my oldies are here. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. I'm usually not on here in the morning, so bear with me. I probably still have morningness in my voice. Awesome. Yes, Buford Highway. Check it out. Hello, beautiful. All right, so you guys can go to Buford Highway if you're in Atlanta. There are lots of places in New York. There are lots of places in New Jersey and California. So you just have to figure out where the wholesalers are, okay? Now, remember, you're going to have to pay a minimum. You're going to have to buy a minimum amount of product. Yes. So that means when you walk in that store, in order to purchase anything, you just can't go in and be like, oh my God, all of these makeup brushes are only 20 cents. I'm going to get 100 of them. And that comes up to $50. If the wholesaler requires a minimum order of $300, you have to purchase $300 worth of products from them. All right. So just remember that. Now, say for instance, if you want to launch your own hair extension company, and I ran into this when I started looking at companies to purchase from. Some of the minimum orders were so ridiculously high. I mean, like thousands of dollars. And when you're first starting out, you may not have that working capital to be able to invest in inventory like that. So what I recommend is partnering up. I know, right? You can lose your mind on Buford Highway. I know you can. What I recommend is partnering up and forming strategic partnerships with other store owners. Like, say for instance, if you're wanting to start a beauty supply store, partner up with other beauty supply store owners and see if they'd be interested in letting you place an order with them as well. And then it kind of reduces the amount that you guys have to purchase. Like, say for instance, there's one company, I'm not going to name them right now, but they require a $3,000 minimum order. So let's just say you went to a beauty supply store and you created a strategic partnership with them and you built a relationship with them. And over time, you got to know them. They got to know you. Hey, Sonia Michelle, welcome. Good morning, the legend. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. So maybe if it's three of you, you can split that $3,000 three ways so that you don't have to spend so much. Okay. So number one was you have to have a sales and use tax certificate. Number two is you have to know that most of these places require a minimum order quantity. Number three, I just mentioned, create strategic partnerships. Create strategic partnerships so that you don't have to spend so much. Number four, before opening your store, whether it be a brick and mortar or online, I want you guys to buy a small sample. Okay. Don't make the mistake that I made. Like Ratilia just said, she lost her mind on Buford Highway. I did too. When I first started, I was like, oh my God, I can buy all this stuff and it's so cheap and I can resell and I can make all this money. And I bought so much stuff. I was just like, OMG. And I made the mistake of going to a hair extension distributor, and I bought all this inventory, right? And I just knew I could sell it. It's like, oh yeah, I'm in a beauty industry. Thank you, Audrey Janelle. I'm a hairstylist. I know all these people. Yes, I can totally get rid of this inventory. That was not the case. So you want to make sure that when you start purchasing, try to buy small samples of things. So even though there's a minimum order of $300, don't get $300 of one particular product. Try different things, okay? Yes, try different things and then test them out and see how well they sell. I made that big mistake. No, me too, Sonya Michelle. I think we all of us pros now have done that at one point in our career. But you learn, right? You learn from your mistakes. They're not failures, they're learning lessons. So now we can share those lessons with other people. When you find inventory that you love, thank you guys for the hearts. Keep them coming. When you find inventory that you love and you think you can sell it really well, or be a top seller, go ahead and test it out with your family, your friends, in your salons. If you have a small store right now, test it out. Or if you are at a church, wherever it is, organization, test these products out before you buy a large quantity of them. Once you figure out you have a top seller, once you've tested the products out and people are asking for it and they're like, hey, I need more of that, that's when you can start scaling up and buying more inventory. All right. Now, that's where those of you who are wanting to launch your own products, that's where that comes in. Once you, hey, Desmond, thanks for tuning in. Everybody make sure you're following Desmond Heavy Lover. I am not trying to open a store, just trying to do a nonprofit for women of color and hair loss. Okay, tell me more, the legend. So once you have tested out products and you know what's a top seller and you know what's going to work, that's when you can outsource. Okay, that's when you can start going to different manufacturers and sending them samples, right? You can send them samples of what you have and what's a top seller for you, and then you can start to change the product and make it your own. And that's when your own product creation comes into play, right? So you found a product that you really love. It could be hair, it could be jewelry, it could be clothing, it could be a t-shirt, it could be whatever, right? But you found something that you really love. Your customers like it. They're asking you for it. They want to buy it. The profit margin is great on it. So I just taught a class on how to create your own product line, and specifically those of you who want to be in the hair extension industry, because it's a $1 billion industry. I'm probably going to be opening that class soon. However, I do have a toolkit. Those of you who seriously want to launch your own product line, you have to find a manufacturer who can create that product for you. And a lot of times you need a sample. Thank you for the plug. No buying overseas, Lovo. Okay. Yes. Some people like purchasing overseas. Some people don't. It's totally up to you. I had to outsource internationally because it just made more sense for my business and my profit margin. And I've had a great relationship with my manufacturers for over 10 years. But there are some of you who want to stay in the States, and that's fine. It's just a matter of finding someone that can actually make the product at the quality level that you need it to be, so that you can get this out. It takes too long. I understand. Depends on what you're having produced and manufactured. But there are people in the States where you guys, thank you, Desmond, for inviting people, where you guys can actually have someone make the product for you. Okay. If it's, let's just say it's a hair product. Thanks. A hair product, conditioner, shampoo, hairspray, lotions, you name it, cosmetic products. There are places here that are called private, hey, thanks for tuning in from South Carolina, that are called private label companies. And these companies you can actually go to, and they already have formulations for you, right? If they have the formulations, you can test them out and find what you like and what you don't like about the product. I want to do private labeling for hair care line. Okay, perfect. You can totally do that. Again, I mentioned my private label toolkit. You guys can get your hands on that pretty soon. I'm going to make that available for you guys. I know. I have a toolkit and it has all the information in it, and I'll make it available for you guys. If I have enough people on here who are wanting it, let me know. Yes, type a yes if you're wanting it, and I'll open access for it in the coming days. But there are lots of companies out there that can help you guys. Do not make this difficult for you. Is pricing better overseas or in the U.S.? It depends on the product, Latanya. It depends on the product. I know Desmond says overseas. I want to initially say overseas, but I'm not sure what product lines you guys are interested in. Sometimes when it comes, I know hair. So when it comes to hair extensions, hair products, not hair products, but hair extensions and wigs, yes, overseas can be a lot less expensive. But there are some people that I've talked to who have manufactured their products here in the States, and they've gotten better deals, and also they can get their products faster. So it really just depends on what industry you're in. But Desmond is also here. Natural hair and products. Okay. Desmond is also here who has his own product line and he makes jewelry. So he may source, I'm not sure if you want to share that, Desmond. I feel with taxes and shipping, it breaks even. Yeah, that's true. He may want to offer some info here. Hey, I am an award-winning hairstylist. I am founder of the Hair Artist Academy and host of the Hair Artist Academy podcast. And I'm a business coach. I help you guys, answer your questions about business, about starting your business. Thank you so much, Hood Psychic. And, getting your name out there and making more money. Hello, because we all about that MSI, right? Multiple streams of income, because we're about that make money, sleep money. Yes. We are all about making that money while we sleep. MSI. Yes. Making the money while we sleep. While we're at work, standing behind a chair, we're still making money, not just from that one stream where we have our product lines. I want the kit, or when is another class? Okay. All right, Latoya. If I have enough people on here who wants the kit, I'll open the kit. But you guys, when it comes to our industry, if you are in a service industry, I don't care what industry you're in, if it's a service industry, you cannot depend on that one service to make all your money. You cannot put all your eggs in one basket. And I learned this the hard way. How do you find reputable manufacturers? You can go to Alibaba, is a really good place to start. Are there any hair tools wholesale in Atlanta? Absolutely. Beaufort Highway. Check out Beaufort Highway. You'll find lots of wholesale companies and lots of places that sells tools and hair products and beauty supplies and you name it, they have it. Yes, Beaufort Highway. Just get lost one day. Just drive up and down and make sure you have your sales and use tax certificate and you can go in and check out all the products at amazing prices. Any more questions? So my goal is to, hey Q, welcome. My goal is to help you guys expand your brand. Can we type expand your brand? Expand your brand. And what does that mean? Expanding your brand means, good morning. You're not just a hairstylist. You're not just a barber. You're not just a salon owner. You are not just a makeup artist. You are so many things. You have so much talent. You are creatives. And what I want you to do is tap into all the creative talents and skill sets that you have and monetize those, you guys. You cannot put all of your eggs in one basket. You will burn yourself out and you will find yourself broke, busted, and disgusted. And we are not about that life, okay? We are about a life of prosperity and living a life of freedom and being able to go and come as you please. There's some of you who can't even take a week off of work. What is up with that? You can't even take a week off of work, not just because your clients will be upset with you because you're so good, but because you can't afford it. And I'm trying to help you restructure your life for reals. All right. So the goal is to help you guys get so many money-making ideas. I was so stuck, boo. You just released me just on inventory law. Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that, Tianka. Yes, listen. I am here to give you guys so many money-making ideas that you are just like exploding. So here's the deal. There are lots of things that you guys can do. One of them is open your own store, whether it be brick and mortar or online. An e-commerce store. You can find products to sell and you can sell that online so that while you are sleeping, you are making money. Because when you have an e-commerce store, it is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What does that mean? You have the potential to make money 365 days a year. Yes, and yes, okay? 365 days a year. You want to put things out into the world and you want to do this digitally, you guys. Everything is shifting to a digital platform, even the beauty industry. Don't be left behind. Jump on the bandwagon now. Everybody's moving forward. I know I am, and I want to take you with me. So jump on the digital train and start figuring out ways where you can either sell a book, an ebook, which we just had a class on that. You can have DVDs that you sell. You could have a course that you sell. You can do webinars and classes. You could travel and do classes. You guys, there's so many things that you can do other than stand behind a chair and cut hair. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Going to check out. Awesome, Liz. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right. 2 minutes left, and I'm going to take questions. 2 minutes left. So any questions from any of you regarding MSI, multiple streams of income, anything regarding inventory, opening your own store, what qualifications you need, gosh, you name it, let me know. We got 2 minutes and I got to get to my next stop here. I need to get a brand right, but be very different from my competition in Atlanta. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Exactly how I feel right now. What would you consider as the best e-commerce site for beauty tools? Ah! That was too many all at once, y'all, really. All right, branding. First of all, I know it starts with mindset. You just said the word competition, which makes me think that there is competition. You think that there's competition out there for you. You can't look at your competitors as your competition. You have to look at them as your partners. Okay. So don't say, oh, well, there's so much competition out there. Then how? Yes, you definitely want to be different. You definitely want to be different, but it all starts in our mind first, you guys. So in order to have a successful, profitable business, you got to shift your mindset, and specifically your money mindset. And if you think that there are other people out there who is your competition, you're already starting off on the wrong track. Okay. So yes, be different. Yes. You want to have a specific brand, exactly, and pay attention to tops. Yes, thank you, Desmond. I'm glad you're still here. We got some people who are already in this, and they're doing this, and they're typing in the comments. You guys, make sure you're reading. Make sure you're reading. You must shift your money mindset, but make sure your brand is different. Make sure it's representative of who you are, but don't look at all these people out there as your competition, because they're not. Because some of the people that you consider competition may actually be your best allies. They may actually be the best partners that you could have ever had. All right. And there were some more questions that came through, and I'm sorry I missed it. Someone asked about e-commerce stores, but I don't remember. What do I need to do to make my own hair oil? I'm assuming that's oil. I'm a master cosmetologist barber, but also decided on nails and niche can crash. Oh, good. All right. To make your own oil, I would recommend, if you have your own formulation, now start with that and test it out. Test it out on your friends, your family, your clients, or whomever will let you test it out, and get it down to a science. Get that formulation down to a T. Like, it's perfect. It's everything that you want. If you have done that, the next step is to find someone to manufacture your hair oil, going to either a private label company or a lab. You can research labs in your area or private label companies in your area. Take your sample to the company and say, here is what I want, and I want you to mass produce it, and this is how much I need, and this is the vision for the product, and this is the vision for the label, and this is the smell that I want. So they're going to want to know what tones, what smells, what colors, all those things you're going to have. You are the master creator. You're the mastermind behind your product. So you need to know the vision. A lot of these private label companies can actually make the labels, the product labels for you, the packaging. They can do that for you, or you can come and say, hey, I'm going to package it myself in your kitchen. Totally up to you. So you could either, tell them you just want the product and you're going to package it yourself, or you can go there and tell them that you want them to do everything. Sometimes they will come up with their the packaging, the colors, the branding for you, or they will want you to bring it to them and they just print it on the bottle or the spray or whatever, product bottle or packaging you want to put it in. So there are many companies that will do everything in-house, and they'll do it very cheaply, but the minimum order may be extremely high. So just remember that. So you can go in and they're like, dude, we can make this for $1 a bottle, but we need a minimum order of 5,000. Audrey Janelle asks if you need a sales and use tax certificate and a business license, or a business license. You want to have both. You want to have your sales and use tax certificate, and you want to have your business license. And then someone asked about an e-commerce platform for beauty tools. Now, clarify for me. I'm not sure if are you wanting to go purchase beauty tools, or are you wanting to create your own e-commerce store and sell beauty tools? Give me a little bit more detail. Yes, create and sell. Okay. I would start with U.S. suppliers for that, because I got into that, and I have another scope, of course, a horror story on outsourcing beauty tools, and I probably wouldn't recommend that you go to China for that. So you definitely want to find distributors in the U.S. for that, because beauty tools, electronic components, electrical components. If something is not right, you're on the line for it. So I would rather you go with a distributor who's already in the US, who's selling them at a discounted rate, and then you can purchase a ton of them and then resell them on your site. And honestly, you probably can look on Amazon, to tell you the truth. You may find some suppliers on Amazon who have beauty tools at a really, really, like, you can contact them and say, hey, if I buy 20 of these, what price can you give me? And they may be able to work out a deal with you. Just finding someone on Amazon and eBay. But not those who are outside of the country. Start with people who are here in the US, and that's probably the best way to sell beauty tools. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching Hair Artist TV today. You guys have been awesome. I love the engagement. I love when you guys participate, and I love when you guys show some enthusiasm. You're welcome. You're welcome. So there are many of you on here. If you are watching, bye, you guys. If you're watching this in a replay, I appreciate you tapping the screen in a replay. And also, if you want me to open that toolkit, those of you who need the product development and hair extension distributor toolkit, you want to purchase that and get your hands on all of the sources and the places where you can go and actually create your own product line, let me know. You can email me, hairartistacademy@gmail.com. Until next time, live your purpose, pursue your passion, and be the prosperous beings you were born to be.